Well, hello, and welcome back to Have a Good Day or Else with Fuzz. Hi friends, I know I've been gone for a while, I'm so sorry, and I keep dropping off without any warning. Please don't be mad at me. I hope you guys don't mind. I'm going to be reading from a little script I wrote in my notes on my phone today because my brain is too scrambled, but I will explain, okay? Gosh, I'm nervous. I'm literally, I've got such anxiety coming back and doing this. Even though it hasn't even been that long, I'm just like a nervous Nelly, you know me. I don't want any of this to sound not sincere though, because I'm reading it from a script on my telephone, but I promise it is. I promise. And also, sorry I look a little bit of a mess. I tried to put, I curled my lashes and put some earrings in, and a little bit of black honey clinique on my lips, so I look a little bit alive, but I have been rotting in bed for too long, so apologies if I look a little bit of a mess, but that's alright. You guys love me no matter what, right? Promise. Hi friends, I'm so sorry that I've been gone. I haven't been very well in my head and it's resulted in me messing things up a lot in my life. Anyway, here's some updates if you like. It's my birthday on Friday, February 7th. I don't know when I'm going to be uploading this pod. Could be before or after, on the day, imagine. Woof. To be honest, I actually have no plans for my birthday this year because I'm just a little bit too depressed. Which I think is a little bit of a shame because my birthday week is usually one of the biggest and best of my year, every year, which is so fun, but I don't think I have it in me this year. I usually have multiple events and activities with all my friends from all parts of my life, which is so cute. Bringing everyone together and seeing everyone from different friendship groups mix is so cute, but yeah. So far the plan is to stay in bed at home alone, which if you watch my TikToks, then that is what I did on Christmas. Just had the apartment to myself and I just stayed in bed and it was really nice actually. So I did that Christmas in a big girl way, not in a sad way, I promise. I'm also in the middle of a little battle trying to get paid from my old agency for jobs I did last summer, by the way. So it's been a long time and it's taken a pretty big toll on my mental health, which is not ideal. I haven't been able to afford my meds or travel to my therapy appointments or purchase food or just do any basic thing, which kind of sucks, but that's life, I guess. I've been relying on my absolutely beautiful friends and my mother to take care of me, which is so sweet of them. You wouldn't believe they've literally saved me, but I just can't help but feel constantly embarrassed and a little bit guilty, and which I think is normal, but it's just a bit sad for me. I won't lie, I've been struggling immensely, but whatever, I'll be okay. I'm always okay, guys, I promise. But yeah, so, sometimes I do wish that I could be a little bit more than just okay. It'd be kind of cool if I could be a little bit happy. It's fine, whatever. Look, I'm a smiley girl, it's all fine. For the visual listeners, here's my smile. That feels really fake. That was real when I just giggled. That was real. I have spent a lot of my time alone recently and I've just been sitting with all these insane thoughts in my head, so I started writing them down in my notes, which is perfect for coming back to the pod because I've got a lot to yap about to you guys, if you don't mind. If you want to stay and hear it, I'd really appreciate it. Anyway, again, I am so sorry that it just disappears sometimes. My brain basically just wants me to give up most of the time, and the fight against it is super exhausting. I'm just a girl, guys. A girl that would like to be happy one day, maybe. It's cool. I've been staying up all night until about 8 a.m. sometimes, which is ridiculous. It's annoying because I haven't actually seen daylight in a very long time. Because when I wake up, it's so late. It's 4 something and the sun is already down in winter in London. So, yeah. I don't know. To me, it's it's peaceful at nighttime. I don't know what it is. I just feel a little bit safer being a nocturnal creature, but it's not ideal for life. But yeah, I have the most incredible and patient friends that put up with all my disappearing acts. Thank frick. I put my phone on Do Not Disturb, I turn my location off, I just don't reply to anyone for way too long, and I do not venture outside. No matter what, they're always there for me. I can't believe it really. What did I do? Me, little old me, to deserve such sweet human beings in my life when I'm just a mess of a girl. They get it. They may not always understand what's going on inside my head, but they're always there, ready and waiting for when I'm feeling okay to rejoin society. And I don't know if any of my friends listen to my pod because they probably get it in real life anyway with me yapping all the time, but I just want to say I love you guys beyond. I fear that there may be some tears on Friday, my birthday, but that's like a girl thing, right? Like, we all cry on our birthdays, right? It's just a thing. Or when our birthday's done and finished. It's like birthday blues. Me personally, I'm just always slightly a little bit nuts about my birthday, because I'm always kind of just wondering like how I even made it this far, or if I should continue, you know? Anyway, lads, let's get into something a little bit weird that I wrote about in my notes. How do you guys feel about talking about your father? Is it alright if I vent about how I feel sometimes? Okay, this stuff I have written down because I'm gonna find it extremely hard to just talk about without focusing on the proper sentences, because I fear that I will just maybe burst into tears. So I'm sorry if I sound a little bit like I am reading from a script, because I basically am, but that doesn't mean I don't mean it. It's just I cried writing it. I don't know what your TikTok For You page is like, but I actually spend a lot of time on TikTok watching like dad and daughter stuff on TikTok of them having wholesome moments together and like just being really sweet with each other, and I just sit there and sob about it. Because to me, in my life, my mother is my father. I know it sounds weird, but she is my whole family. She's everything. And I am so grateful for her, like, putting up with me and my silly little depression my whole life. Love you, Mush. That's what we call my mum, by the way. Like, everyone in my life, we all call her Mush. You guys can call her Mush, it's so fine. Anyway, it's just me and Mush on this side of the world, because like our whole family is in the Philippines, and like she's one of like 7. So there's like a really big family over there. Like they've had kids and then they've had kids. So guys, I have unlimited cousins. I am so happy to have such a big family out there, like knowing that they're there and they exist, even if they are on the other side of the planet, and I've only seen them like a handful of times, but I love it. I just like knowing that they're there, you know? Sometimes I can't help but watch these father-daughter relationships online, and I kind of think, wow, I wish I had that. Like, I don't want to go into it too much because it's complicated, it's difficult, whatever. I don't know, I see a lot of girls having fun with their dads, like spending time together and making jokes and doing like silly dances together on TikTok, or like just spending the day together and having what looks like a pretty sweet relationship, and I cannot help but get a little bit jealous. Mush sometimes says to me, you know, text your father, check if he's still alive, and like it's said in a funny tone between us, but it's a sad reality, really. I fear that I may be the only person that he has in this life, and him getting a lot older and not having the greatest health slightly scares me, but I don't know, I think I'm just a little bit angry. And without going into it, I'm sure there's at least one person out there that understands. Should I be the little girl swallowing my pride to be there for someone who is supposed to be there for me? I guess, I don't know, it's just difficult to forget her. Especially when you see, like, other people's dad and daughter relationships, and it's like, oh, how come I didn't get that? I spoke about this with someone recently, and I kind of thought, if I ever get married and both my parents are still here for it, which I hope they are, who exactly is supposed to walk me down the aisle? As in, who deserves it, I guess? Like, obviously my mother, Mush, deserves it, but is my father just supposed to be in attendance and watching basically his role go to somebody else? I don't know, there's just a few things I think about sometimes, like what is it like to have a father that you can call when things go wrong, like big or small? And like, what is it like to have your father as like your best friend or like your hero even? And what is it like to have a father that knows like what your favourite things are? I guess what's it like to have a father you know is going to be there for you? I don't know, whatever. I guess these are just things that I just think about every now and then. So I've always said, personally me, I would like to have a really big family, like minimum 3 kids, which I know sounds like a lot to some people. I guess it's just because I didn't have like a regular loving big family thing when I was growing up, and I would really like to experience it for myself, even if I'm I don't get to be the kid. Also, this is completely pointless, but just thought I'd drop this in. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this, but I will 110% be naming one of my kids Forrest, because Forrest Gump is one of my favourite movies and it means a lot to me. So whoever has kids with me, please bear that in mind. Really doubt my future husband is listening to this. It'd be pretty cool if he was though. I mean, maybe not, because my digital footprint is getting stupid. I cry a lot on the internet and they probably shouldn't see how much of a mess I am until I get that ring, and then I can go all batshit crazy on them. Sorry to swear. My bad, you guys. And also, when I get my dream dog, which is a golden retriever, I will be naming him Jollibee. If you know, you know, I don't need to explain. And I guess it's sometimes a bit silly because I have all these dreamy future plans that I like to daydream about, I guess. And I'm not even 100% sure I'm going to be around for them, which is weird. But it's nice to imagine these things sometimes. I do also wonder about my kids having like grandparents, because I think that would be really cool if my parents were still around for that. Both my parents are over 70 and I'm getting a little bit nervous. I think it would be really cool if Mush was still around and like she could babysit and she could teach my kids Tagalog, which is Filipino, the language, if you guys aren't aware of that. Because a lot of people come up to me and they're like, oh, you're from the Philippines, do you speak Filipino? It's actually called Tagalog, so there you go. You know, have you ever had somebody ask that question where it's like, if you got to pick if you got to pick any dinner guest, who would it be? Dead or alive? And my answer has always been the same. Mine is my grandparents, because I have never met any of them. They all sadly passed away before I even existed. I've just always had this dream of like meeting them, hanging out with them, and I don't know, just having that kind of extension of family that I see a lot of other people have. Like I've seen online or in real life or in movies, people with their grandmas and grandpas, and it just seems so sweet and wholesome and like wonderful and just cool, really. And I'm not gonna lie, once again, I feel a little bit jealous. I don't know, I just think it would be cool to meet them and like hang out with them, even for just one dinner. The whole idea of a close family just seems really freaking cool to me, and I can't wait to experience it one day, hopefully. But for now, I've got my jelly cats. They're always there for me, absolutely no matter what. They are there and waiting and always smiling at me, except for the few that have a constant grumpy face. And yeah, okay, I sound a little bit crazy, but look, if you've been here a while, we know what's going on in my brain. We know what's going on in my brain. I was going to say mind and brain at the same time. But I don't care. The jelly cats are my family, and I am forever grateful to them for always being there. And I get it, they don't talk back, they don't hug me back, but they don't exactly run away when I tell them how insane I am, you know? Which some people do, which kind of sucks, but that's life, I guess. You know what's funny is that I'll write down so much in my notes, and then when it comes to actually reading it all out, it comes out so fast, and suddenly the script is gone and it's over, and I'm sat here with a camera and a ring light and a freaking microphone in my hand, and I'm panicking, thinking this needs to be longer. How could I put a pod out that's just like 15 minutes? I feel like I've done that before, to be fair, but I've been gone a while and I feel like I should talk more, but I don't know what more to say. Today I really thought was the end of this manic depression that I've been going through. Not exactly a full ending, like clean cut. I just kind of thought to myself, that's it. I want to get up. I want to do something. Hence me filming this pod and hopefully editing it and all. But something upsetting happened today where I usually sometimes attend something called the Listening Place, which is a place that you can go to and openly talk about being suicidal without judgment. And I had an appointment there at 3:45 p.m. and I couldn't make it for certain reasons. You know what, screw it, I'll tell you. I couldn't afford to get there. My card has been blocked by TfL, unfortunately, and due to this old agency not paying me, I have no money right now. So I couldn't get on the tube to get there. So I called up and I said I can't make it, which sucked. And the only other time they had this week was Friday, which is my birthday. And I thought about it for a second, but I don't know. I don't think it would be good for me to sit and talk about being suicidal on my birthday, maybe. It sounds like a little bit of a silly idea, Fuzz. I really miss this. just sitting, talking to you guys. And I know I'm sat alone in my room right now, talking to a camera and a microphone, but I feel like I'm talking to someone. I'm so sorry that I'm not fully jolly and don't have my usual energy, but I promise it's coming back, whether I like it or not. I've been binge watching a lot of things on Netflix and stuff, and a lot of movies, and I don't know how you guys feel about this. If you know what this is, because I didn't know what it was for a long time. Do you know the app Letterboxd? It's like Letterboxd but with a D on the end, and you can make a profile and write reviews and rate movies and stuff. So if anybody has that and wants to be friends on it, please follow me. Can you guess what my username is? This is stupid, it's literally just Fuzz. FUHZZ. If you want to be friends on there, that would be cool. I love reading people's reviews. I think they're really fun and sweet. Can I be cheeky for a second and ask you guys for a favour? Maybe like a little bit of encouragement for me to keep going? And I feel even like selfish just doing this and saying this and asking for it, but it really means a lot when people say like, hey, is there going to be another podcast episode out, or is there going to be another vlog? I guess it just gives me like a sense of purpose. And I promise, well, I'll try my absolute best to be really upbeat next time. I'm just a little bit of a sad girl recently. So sorry about that. I hope you don't mind this being a short one, guys. I'm glad I even made it back. I'm still here. Look at me, alive and kicking. Just about. Whatever. You guys know the drill. Have a good day, or else. I love ya. Mwah.